Peace, peace, peace. What's going on? What's going on? Salute to the members. Salute to the members. Salute to the supporters, subscribers, everybody watching from behind the scenes, everybody who catch this on the replay. Now, this thing came across my timeline. Now, I don't know if this is Jim Crow, but let me play the clip. But before I play the clip, let me give some context. So it's a certain group that are trying to establish white-only towns here in America. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they trying to bring segregation back. This is not South Africa. But anyway, before I get to that, It's something called Sundown Towns. We still have these to this day. It's like a white town, and you better not be there by sundown if you're black. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder if this is going to be a sundown town, if they actually pull this off. But let's get to let's get to the...
What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are. That is just for the sake of preserving our culture.
Now, preserving their culture, I don't know, what is the culture? Oh, Henny, salute. Cali Love is in the building. Only Facts, salute. Red Jones. Now, what is preserving their culture? Now, do they mean preserving their race? Because I don't, what culture, what culture does they, what culture is this that they're talking about? If anybody can help me out, what's this culture? I don't understand.
For the people who don't know, what is the Sundown Town?
Sundown Town is an area that posts a law, no blacks after sundown. And they did that for a reason.
What is the reason?
Yeah, I thought you were familiar with the hood.
I'm telling you, we out of control. John Caluminati, salute. We out of control, ladies and gentlemen. We out of control. Are we heading back to slavery? Like, are we heading back? Did we learn nothing from the past? So I think they're trying to start one in Arkansas and I think in Missouri. Baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and shit. Well, I mean, is that really like white American culture? Or, I don't know. I mean, we play baseball, we play baseball. Pause, some of us eat the hot dogs, pause, apple pie. The crust, I mean, even the cinnamon, the seasons and stuff added to the apple pie, yeah, that came from us. You know what I'm saying? So we had a little, you know what I'm saying? That's why when you say American culture, that includes us, black people, white people, American culture. So I don't really know what culture he talking about. Trooper, salute. I don't know what culture, but now only facts. Listen, it's European culture. I mean, but when you say white culture, that's like the global type of, conquering, pillaging, that type of culture, like, the conquering, warmongering, Now, if you talk about individual culture, okay, you got Italians, you got the Irish, you got the Germans, you got different, but as a whole, white culture, no, that's like conquest and war. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? See, now with us, it's kind of different because when you say black culture in America, they probably say, it's African, but we're in Africa. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Africans got their culture, you got Nigerians, You got Senegal, you got Ethiopia, you got, you know what I'm saying? You got South Africa, you know, they got their culture, their tribes and stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? But, you know, we are classified as an ethnic group called Negro, which people say means black. So when you say our culture, you know, this is different. We don't have ties to no individual country or something in Africa, you know, like white people have to Europe, you know? But with that said, hold on.
A whites-only community could be coming to Missouri in 2025, and yes, you are hearing me correctly. An actual group called Return to the Land is trying to build a segregated whites-only town near Springfield, Missouri. And this isn't parody, and this is not satire. This is happening in America right now. The founder says that they want to return to their roots. But come on, guys, let's be real. This isn't about heritage. This is about hate.
Roots. Wait a minute. Hold on, man. What roots? Do you know? Now, let me tell y'all something about American history, right? Some white people, if they want to go back to their roots here in America, they're going to be like indentured servants or you know, immigrants or something like that. Like roots. Ain't no. And isn't it? I'm not sure. Do we already have white only towns? Like, I don't know, man. I think some stuff the media be covering is like for no reason. You feel what I'm saying? Like this now I can see if they already established the town, they was living in the town, and then, you know, the media went into the town to see the people, how they living, and, you know, interviewed them and all that. They didn't even make the town. It's like an idea. Listen, man, some stuff people be making news and all that, like, you know, now everybody running around talking about, the white only town. I don't care. I mean, to tell you the truth, me personally, I don't even care. What are whites? That's a great question. Only facts. That is a great question. Now imagine we tried to make a black only town. Like, what? I remember it was a story about a barber shop. I think the barber refused to cut some white people hair or something, and they went crazy. That's reverse racism. Ah. I'm telling you, this country is crazy, man. And then I'll be hearing black people say black people are the most racist. Listen, let me tell y'all something, man. Listen, from all the shit, you know, excuse my language, sorry. I forgot where I was. From everything that I be studying and learning, right? Why wouldn't I be racist? Like, you feel what I'm saying? You know, all praise to the Most High, I found my faith and all that. You know, I'm a recovering racist. But, you know, most people in America, most people is racist. You know what I'm saying? But why wouldn't I be racist after reading all of these stories and atrocities about what happened to my people? Could you blame me? The question is, why are they racist? You know what I'm saying? What's the story behind that? I want to learn what did we do to them? It's like, why would somebody be racist against somebody without a reason? Like, it's like people, you know, people is crazy. People is crazy. I don't know. Now, I'm not saying to be racist. Listen, I'm not saying to be racist. I'm not justifying being racist. I'm just saying, like after reading, like I'll be reading stuff like, you ever heard about how they used to feed our babies to like crocodiles and stuff like that? Like, imagine this. Can you imagine this? Is that real? Like, sometimes I'll be like, can human beings like do this collectively? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Now, me personally, I don't know. It don't matter what somebody's have ever did to me. I don't think I can ever like feed one of their babies to an alligator. Like, like that's next level. Yes, for real. So that's what a disconnect is coming from. That's why a lot of FBA, or I say Negroes, right? A lot of Negroes here in America, that's why they feel some type of way. Because if you look at the history and the atrocities that we've been through, and we didn't rise up in violence against the government. Matter of fact, we rose up in peace and fought for these civil rights. 14th Amendment, all of these things was made for us, but now is extended to immigrants and stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? So we fought for all of that stuff. We fought for that. Like say a refugee or somebody, an immigrant has a baby in America, is automatically a citizen because of the 14th Amendment, which was created for the Negroes. You know what I'm saying? So, when you sit back and, you see all of the, like some people say, oh, y'all don't deserve, reparations. Y'all ain't been through that. Y'all ain't been through nothing. But when you see people saying this type of stuff and, and they living off of the things that your people fought and died for, for you. And they living off the benefits of it, and then they telling you, what I'm saying? So it gets, some people, people get insulted and all that, man. See, I try to see things from different point of views, different people, point of views and all that. So I don't get on here and spaz out, act a fool. But people like to point out that type of behavior more. The people on here cutting up, the people on here dividing, but the people on here who's trying to, unite and all of that, they don't, that, that's not content. That don't make for good content. Bobby Ramos, salute. So people say racism is not, some people say racism doesn't exist anymore. Some people say racism doesn't exist anymore, but things happen and people make excuses for it. Now listen, y'all could say, this is not racist, wanting to, be segregated and all that. Listen, but segregation is a result of slavery, which is a result of racism. So, in this country, if you want to make an all white town where, no blacks is allowed, and then you saying you trying to go back to your roots and, preserve your culture. What you saying is you trying to go back to the time of segregation and things of that nature, right? But you got to remember, certain of you white people wasn't accepted. So some of y'all need to be careful about wanting to go back to those times. Because you might, instead of finding yourself in an all white town, you might find yourself somewhere that's brown. Bobby Ramos, appreciate you.
What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are. That is just for the sake of preserving our culture.
And is this legal? Is this legal? Anybody know the law? Can you do? Ain't that discrimination? Can you even do that?
A whites-only community could be coming to Missouri in 2025, and yes, you are hearing me correctly. An actual group called Return to the Land is trying to build a segregated whites-only town near Springfield, Missouri. And this isn't parody, and this is not satire. This is happening in America right now. The founder says that they want to return to their roots. But come on, guys, let's be real. This isn't about heritage. This is about hate.
It's legal, but how is it? How is that legal? John Kaluma, like housing laws and stuff like that. Right. That's what I'm saying. They talk about the roots of going back to like Jim Crow, I guess. But some of these, like I said, some people wasn't even here at that time. You know what I'm saying? Some people came through Ellis Island and immigration and stuff like that. Like they wasn't even they wasn't even here at that time. They wouldn't even been given rights at that time. Yesterday's white is not today's white, ladies and gentlemen. Just like yesterday's black is not today's black. Yeah, housing laws, yeah, against discrimination. That was made for us too. Because it was redlining, after desegregation, they was trying to do things like this right here. They still have sundown towns to this day. Like, they might not can do it in a law, but if you are in that town when the sun go down.
For the people who don't know, what is the Sundown Town?
Sundown Town is an area that posts the law no blacks after sundown. And they did that for a reason.
What is the reason?
Yeah, I thought you were familiar with the hood.
The Fair Housing Act. Oh, okay. I knew it was something like that. When it was redlining and stuff like that. But man, as I said, I don't know. Me personally, I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Henny, I really don't care. If they want to have their own town, have at it. I wouldn't want to live in a town where I'm not wanted anyway. The town will be shut down. It will be a shut down town. The white woman could live with their man or significant other in Section 8, but not FBA black woman. Wow, I didn't even know that. I got to look into that. I'm dead. Listen, I'll drop the call line if anybody want to come up here. Any questions, any comments in the chat, or you want to hit the call line, I'll drop the call line inside the chat. Well, Martin Luther King had a dream, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't think this was what it was, but Martin Luther King's dream is America's nightmare. I don't even know how this even made. Well, it's social media, so anything gets on social media. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Not bad. Not bad. My bad, my bad. I'm back. I had to take a call. Anybody want to hit the call line? The link is in the chat. Wait, hold on. Let me put it back in the chat. So recap for those who just came in. We talking about the white only town. That's planned to, that's people are trying to build in Arkansas.
What we've done
and
here
Missouri.
is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are. That is just for the sake of preserving our culture.
I forgot what's the name of this organization. I forgot they got a name. I forgot what it's
A whites
called.
only community could be coming to Missouri in 2025, and yes, you are hearing me correctly. An actual group called Return to the Land is trying to build a segregated whites only town near Springfield, Missouri. And this isn't parody and this is not satire. This is happening in America right now. The founder says that they want to return to their roots. But come on, guys, let's be real. This isn't about heritage. This is about hate.
Now the question is, is this legal? And if it's not legal and they still, proceed with building this town, how will they enforce this law to keep black people out? Will this become like another Sundown Town or Sundown
For the
Town?
people who don't know, what is the Sundown Town?
Sundown Town is an area that posts a law, no blacks after sundown. And they did that for a reason.
What is the reason?
Yeah, I thought you were familiar with the hood.
So now if you caught in that town after sundown, you ain't gonna make it out by the morning time, Only fact. I don't know. Listen, if you figure it out, let me know. We can't have things like that. Imagine we had a sundown town. Listen, ain't no white people in this town after sundown. Imagine. They'll send the National Guard in there. Flat Earth, salute. Wow. That's crazy. Wow. In VA? Wow. I didn't even know they had those out there. That's crazy. See, so imagine they find a way to legalize this all white town. Now all of these undercover Sundown Town, they gonna start coming up out the woodworks. Man, I don't know. I don't think the government is gonna allow that. That's gonna start something up. It's like resegregation. Wow, but I didn't know they had sundown towns in VA. That's crazy. They can't legalize it. Fair housing act, race, color, religion, sex, status, disability, nationality, origin. Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Them laws was passed because of us. Oh, you never heard about that? Oh, yes. Especially in the South. In the deep South? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's a fact. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna fly either. Yeah, they said Missouri and Arkansas. I don't think it's gonna fly either. I don't even know why they even publicized this. They know it's gonna stir up something. You know, it's controversy. You know, content. You know, they know it was gonna stir up reactions and all that. Yeah, man. Look up the Red Summer. Look up the Red Summer 1919. Look up Red Summer. They violated the 14th Amendment. But yeah, even Jim Crow violated the 14th Amendment. Like, it's always been like this. Tiara, salute. Wow. And it's crazy, you know, out in VA is a lot of you know, VA was one of the colonies or states where they classified like the Native Americans as Negro. Yeah, VA is one of the states where they classified Native Americans as Negro. Right. I mean, things have changed and all of that, but they just do it in a different way now, you know. But now it look like they trying to revert back to their ways. He said, "Get back to the roots, preserve the culture." Get back to the roots and preserve the culture.
What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are. That is just for the sake of preserving our culture.
A whites-only community could be coming to Missouri in 2025, and yes, you are hearing me correctly. An actual group called Return to the Land is trying to build a segregated whites-only town near Springfield, Missouri. And this isn't parody, and this is not satire. This is happening in America right now. The founder says that they want to return to their roots. But come on, guys, let's be real. This isn't about heritage. This is about hate.
Their roots. I don't know what that is. Return to the land, I guess that's what they call. Like, I don't even understand. Return to what land? Like, this is not your land. Like, you know what? I ain't even gonna get started. I'm telling you, some of these people are crazy. You mean you should return the land instead of return to the land? You need to return the land. Yeah, man. But anyway, as I said, man, the call line is in the chat if you want any questions, any comments. But if not, I will have to bid you farewell. This has been a great live. I appreciate everybody. But yeah, I had to speak about this. I seen this pass my timeline. I said, "What? I thought I was in a time machine." Salute to the members. Salute to all the supporters, the genuines. Salute to the subscribers. Everybody watching from behind the scenes. Everybody who catch this on the replay. He's your host / DJ. Holla at your boy. Peace.